What's up everybody, it's Joni. As some of you may know, Hot Import Nights is not just a car show, it's a lifestyle festival celebrating the latest in technology, clothing, music, gaming, and culture. One of our sponsors this year is Pioneer DJ, providing us with world-class music and sound gear for our main stage, and also for providing us the prizes for our DJ artist competition known as the Spinoff. Shout out to DJ Just's Music for being our first Spinoff champion in Los Angeles. So during their last show, Pioneer was kind enough to let me take home my own pair of one of their latest headphones, the HDJ-X10s. I really appreciate it, so today we're going to do an unboxing video, a review, and a comparison with some of the older models. Before I go on, Hot Import Nights is brought to you by the Wish app. If you love online shopping as much as I do, be sure to download the Wish app and get 15% off your next purchase using the coupon code WISH-HIN. Download it today on Google Play or the Apple App Store. Alright, so let's get on with the unboxing. I had to play a really interesting game of Tetris to get this into my luggage because it was already packed with my camera gear and guitar gear. Here's the box. These are DJ headphones, and from what I know about DJ headphones is the fact that they have to be both durable, comfortable, and have a good amount of bass, because when you're in that environment, it's going to be loud. So on the box, it says these headphones are 5 Hertz to 40,000 Hertz, which is below and above the human hearing range, which is 20 Hertz to 20 kilohertz. And then it says it's nano-coated durable leather, water, and dirt-repellent ear pads and head cushion, which is really important because my older models, the cushions would dry up and start flaking off. So I think that I'm excited to see how that works, because over time that kind of gets annoying, and it'll help make your headphones last longer. I don't know what this means, but it says MIL-STD 810G military grade certification. It got the specialized monitoring feature, which means it has the swivel cup, which I personally like because I like to do the shoulder pad thing. Okay, so let's open this. I'm really careful with the box because I do like to keep the box. I'm just a pack rat with boxes. One thing I noticed is the packaging looks bigger than older model boxes. Oh wow, that is so cool. I've never seen this before. I'm not sure if they did it with the HDJ-2000 Mark II, but it kind of has that designer headphone packaging. Not gonna name any other names, but I'm not a fan of designer headphones. For me, it's more function than it is style and clothing. But I think it's cool that for a high-end headphone like the HDJ-X10 that they actually do something cool like this. So let's open it up. Oh wow, I didn't even know this. I thought it was sold separately when I was opening the box, but this actually comes with the case. So I actually don't need to use my old case with these. But that is some awesome packaging. It's like opening up jewelry. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping the packaging on this because that is beautiful. So back then, the old case was sold separately, and one of the problems is when you're just using the pouch, your headphones can kind of get crushed in your backpack. And so I was known to break headphones. Even it doesn't matter how indestructible they were. Like, you give it to me, I have a lot of gear, put it in the backpack, and I'll crack them. So I got one of these, and these made my headphones last for years. So it's kind of awesome that now these are included. A little smoother, it's not as rough to the touch. So let's open them. Let's see what's inside. Oh, there's a little carry handle here. Oh, that is beautiful how that stays in there. It's like really formed to fit the headphones inside. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. So there's these little pockets right here. You can barely see it. And I would guess that that's where you put your headphone adapter, which is the easiest thing to lose. And usually I keep that inside a pouch, but it also comes with a pouch. Oh wow, this could fit a business card in there. Anyways, let's get on to the headphones. I don't know if these are lighter, but they just feel, when I say well constructed, it's so vague because it just feels well, like put together really well. I like the leather on the headband because, you know, I sweat a lot when I play. So the cushions They seem to be just like they're advertised on the box. They feel resistant to any fluids. I'm not sure what kind of metal they used this time. I know that the older ones were made out of magnesium alloy. Like I said, I tend to break headphones over the years. I think the longest pair I've ever had was my Pioneer HDJ-2000s. Let's take my hat off. Okay, so first thing I noticed, the clamping force on them is a little stronger, but the cushions seem to be thicker and they form to your ears like all the way around. One of the most common breaking points that I worry about is usually right where this is. And I noticed that this is reinforced with metal, which is awesome. Okay, so on my older pair, like I was saying, I love the fact that on the new X10, this is reinforced with something that looks metallic. I don't know what kind of metal it is. You can do some research on that. But this was even though the older HDJ-2000 was made with magnesium alloy, this part was plastic. So this is, I mean, you can see I was holding it together with rubber bands. Well, what happened was I had it in a pouch, not a hard case, and I had it in my backpack with my laptop and my guitar effects and my laptop stand, which are all big, solid objects, and it got crushed and it started to crack. So I think it's awesome that they actually addressed that problem, because this was kind of an issue for me. And we're not gonna do a comfort comparison with this. We'll do it with the white ones because I have the original cushion still on this. And as you can see, the cushions actually, they tend to flake over time. And I actually had to remove this because it started getting all over my clothes. But I put them back on because sound-wise, this will be the best way to compare the sound with the X10s, because different aftermarket cushions will actually affect how the bass sounds. So we're gonna do a comfort comparison between the older HDJ-2000s and the new HDJ-X10s. So one of the things that really attracted me to the HDJ-2000s was the fact that it was comfortable, but it was comfortable when I was using it in short moments, like when I'm spinning. I don't have it on for very long. When I try taking it on the road and I'm using it to work on a track on my laptop, after about 10 minutes, even though they don't have a big clamping force, they do start to hurt my ears. Even though it's comfortable, they are pretty thin. Let's put the X10s on. Okay, so even though these have a stronger clamping force, the thicker cushions seem to be more comfortable, which I love the fact that they upgraded it. So other comparisons, okay, on the older models, I can't see much of where the swivel goes. This part of the band that expands and contracts looks like it's made out of plastic. Over here, it looks metallic on the X10, and you can see the swivel. It feels more solid. It's a hard stop. It doesn't feel like it's twisting. Now, I'm not gonna try to twist these too far forward or backward, but I'm gonna trust that they are more durable and they address some of the issues that we had with the older models. So just comfort and durability alone, I can tell that the X10s definitely are a big upgrade with the HDJ-2000s. Okay, so let's open up the rest of the packaging. The headphones were in this bottom area right here, little hole here where you pull this down. It actually comes with a braided wire, which is I've never seen from Pioneer before. I don't know if they did it with the HDJ-2000 Mark II. So they kind of intend for you to use it on the road. And of course, it comes with the coiled wire, manual. Oh, something I noticed that's different. This is really cool. The actual plug is already L-shaped. I like to use an L-shaped adapter, and now I'm not gonna need one. And they're usually a little bit more expensive than the regular ones. But this is awesome that this is L-shaped. Whenever you have a mixer where the headphones is plugged from the top, usually the plug kind of gets in the way of your hands. So I use an L adapter to kind of keep it low profile. But now I'm not gonna need one. I just use a regular adapter because this is already L-shaped. And that also goes for the braided wire. So now that we got comfort and durability down, let's check out how they sound and how they compare to the old ones. One of the things I really like about these headphones, and even the older models, is the fact that they have this mini XLR that is detachable. If you ever break a wire on your headphones, you don't have to replace the whole thing, you just replace the wire. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to listen for a couple minutes and get acclimated to how these sound, and then switch over to the X10s, and then we're going to talk about how they compare, because I can't really show you guys how they sound through the camera, but I'm going to try my best to hear the differences. So drops coming up. Now I'm going to switch to these. Going to start from the beginning. My whole ear is covered. I can't even hear myself talk. Okay, first thing I noticed, the sound isolation on these, and they're not noise canceling headphones. So you kind of depend on sound isolation. I can't even hear myself talk, and I don't even have the volume very loud on the music. And that's actually a really good thing, because when you're in a loud environment, one of the hardest things is trying to crank your headphone volume. You're maxing out your headphones and you're like really close to breaking the drivers. The fact that you don't have to crank these is a plus, because I don't have to be at abusive levels to hear them. Because of the way the isolation is on these, everything sounds tighter and clearer, while this one's a little loose. And mind you, take it with a grain of salt that these are worn out and are probably softer than they were when I first got them. Here's what I noticed immediately. The HDJ-2000s have more high frequency, while the X10s, they punch a little more in the mid-range and the bass. And you know, for some people, they like more bass in their headphones, but I think it's very important to know that, because in a DJ or live musician environment, hearing that bass over the bass that's playing in the main system is really important. It's not muddy, it's very sharp. And the way I produced this track was I was using a lot of subharmonic frequencies and instruments. The crazy thing is I can hear them pretty clearly through the X10s. So let me change the song. We're gonna do my song Sound of the Sea, because it has a really punchy electro bass line. Yeah, the mid-range is definitely more pronounced on the X10s, which I think is a great thing, because the upper frequencies are really the ones that fatigue your ear over time as well. And I think it's actually safer for your ears. Now, don't quote me on this, I'm not a doctor, but I feel that the upper frequencies are the most dangerous frequencies for your ears. Those are the frequencies that usually you hear the ringing in after being exposed to loud sounds. Loud is still bad for your ears, but what's nice is when you got clarity, you don't have to be as loud. When you have really good sound isolation that hides the outside sounds better, where I can't even hear myself talk in these, like, I would feel that that's actually safer for your ears. I'm gonna try doing, you know, like simulating how I would be playing live, where I use a swivel cup. So. 2000s. I mean, you could probably see it right here. Just putting them together. Let's see. 2000s, especially with the softer cushion, is a little thinner than the X10s. Now, I don't think that it's not uncomfortable, but I do have to squeeze tighter on the 2000s compared to the X10s. They feel a little bit more effortless to do that. I don't feel like I have to press down so hard. So my final thoughts, would I recommend these for DJs? Oh, definitely. These are definitely an upgrade. And that's probably a question some of you might have. Is it worth upgrading from the 2000 to the X10s? Here's the thing, if you've never tried the X10s, it's like, okay, the 2000s are awesome. But when after these, it's like, I'm gonna be leaving these at home more. So would I recommend them for writing music, studio use? If you're using them just for, let's say you're tracking, you're recording a guitar part, you're recording a vocal part, yeah, these headphones would be great. In fact, their noise isolation I would imagine doesn't feed back as much to a recording mic, which is really important. As far as mixing and mastering, I've never been an advocate of using headphones, because the acoustic properties of having a speaker right up on your ear is not the same as having open air, and you could totally misjudge volume and EQ using headphones. So at the end of the day, if you're just writing music, I think they are great. They are a little bassy, So that would mean you might actually compensate for that. They're not made for flat because they are DJ headphones and they're made to be bassy in the environment that DJ headphones would be in, which is loud and bassy outside of the headphones. I think they're comfortable enough to sit at an airport and be on Ableton and writing a track, but still take that track home or take it to a studio and do your mix down and mastering there. That goes with any pair, not just the Pioneers. I'm actually curious to see how the studio headphones from Pioneer sound, because I know that they're flatter sounding than the DJ headphones, meaning they're more even through the frequency band. Now, would I recommend these headphones for consumers? Okay, so there's a headphone company out there that has the niche market of designer style headphones. Not gonna say any names, starts with the letter B, but you know, like one of their greatest strengths is their marketing, turning a headphone into, you know, like a piece of clothing, a piece of style. And you know, they're pretty pricey headphones. One of the places where they don't really have strengths in is function. You know, like some of them are mostly made out of plastic. People take them to the gym, they drop them and they crack, and the sound quality isn't really the best. You're not really that comfortable. And you know, they improved over the years, but I've always been kind of a critic of designer headphones because they put more focus on style and status over function. For the price of these headphones and the price of the comparable models of the designer headphones at that price range, I would definitely recommend these over that. A lot of consumer headphones are known for exaggerating the bass, and you know, try these out. These are actually bassy headphones, but they're not overdone. Okay, so one of the things about designer headphones is that they like to market to your eyes, even though they're a device used on your ears. The thing about that is they're very colorful. They are like a sitting target to steal. You know, not as many people in the consumer market know about this pair, so they're a little stealthier. I thought about putting my laptop once in a Louis Vuitton messenger bag, and then I realized that's like an easier way to get it stolen because the bag itself is a target. So, you know, what I like about these, it's super stealthy. This is the black one. They do come in silver. And I hope they come out with the white one because I really like white headphones along with my white guitars. Anyways, this was a Hot Import Nights gear review of the Pioneer HDJ-X10s. Be sure to go to hotimportnights.com and check out our world tour schedule and see if we got a show coming near you. This is Priya and Joni signing out.